What's up, guys? How are you guys doing? Welcome to Mods. I'm Merv.
I'm Tengkudjan.
So recently, Jan took out the new GR Supra out for a lap in Sepang Circuit. Why don't you tell us a bit how the car is, how it handles?
Okay, well, this is my first opportunity with the GR Supra. So I did a launch gambit for Toyota back then. Had the opportunity to drive it, but very short one and very brief. Even back then, it was fun to drive. Although it was a small space and we were just doing drifting in circles as part of the launch gambit onto the stage, felt like something that is desirable to drive. So today we've got the opportunity to drive it on Sepang, and yeah, it didn't disappoint, that's for sure.
So the lap, we saw it was raining and you only have like 4 laps or 5 laps
we
to clock it.
We were at Sepang for another activity. So we managed to get the car and the track for a few laps. Unfortunately, it was wet. It was towards the end of the day as well. But then again, the car wasn't too shabby, to my surprise actually, because I thought it would be slower in the wet, but it was quick. It had great steering. It was a bit on the light side, but all in all, I mean, in terms of steering response, the feedback, the agility of the actual car itself and the chassis was superb. I mean, the car handled like it was almost on rails, even though it was wet weather condition. Of course, it's rear-wheel drive, so it was enjoyable to drive in that condition. I ran it with traction control and stability control off. That's normally how I drive it, how I like to drive it. But yeah, maybe with a bit of traction control, it would have helped, especially it being a turbocharged engine. It's got a great amount of torque as well. And in these conditions, it's not ideal. But then again, I had fun, for sure.
Okay, so let's watch the flying lap that Jan did in a Toyota Supra. Wow, the lap was amazing. You're sliding here and there. Don't you think that actually people say that you are slower drifting, but rather than what's that?
Yeah, definitely. If you are going sideways, then definitely you're slower. But it also depends on how much angle you actually carry. It was actually very greasy. The car, in terms of stability, was great. So under braking, I still could hit the 100-meter marks. The exit of the turns where I could actually have a bit more finesse just to maximize the traction. But then again, I was still trying to feel. I mean, I only had like, I think 2 or 3 laps at the most. All in all, it drove really well, especially as a rear-wheel drive. It had a lot of control in it. I was able to actually push it pretty hard around the turns.
So recently we shot 2 Supras. One is the Aimgain Supra by Kok Leong. Another one is the TRD Supra by Weng Hin. We get lots of comments saying that the car is BMW, it's not a Supra anymore, it's not Toyota, it's more BMW. Actually, what do you think?
Well, I think Toyota did a really good job with this. I mean, at the end of the day, yes, it's platform sharing, so it's shared between BMW and Toyota. But Toyota did carry out most of the design and development work on it. So what you have today is basically a philosophy that Toyota has churned out in line with the brand Supra. The automotive industry is very competitive today. It's very hard to amortize design and development costs, especially when it's a niche product like the Supra, where the volumes are limited. You're not building like 1 million cars a year and trying to sell them. In this environment now, where there's a lot of platform sharing going on between the different manufacturers, I think they made a good choice. They could have partnered many others, but they decided to partner up with BMW, and I think it's a great choice. BMW has been building great cars, since many moons ago, and what you have here is a strong base which Toyota started to work on, and what we have today, which is called the Supra, which the car is solely its own brand nowadays. Right? You open up a Lamborghini and you see a VW or an Audi parked in there. You open up a Ferrari and you see a Fiat parked in there. The same thing is about amortization. It's about trying to keep the cost low, trying to focus. I mean, spending the money in the right areas to produce the right results versus trying to give you a complete car which is solely your own, which I think it's going to be too costly, very hard to amortize. And if they went that route, you'll probably not see a Supra again, for example.
Anyways, so the GR Supra and the old Supra, what's the difference? What do you feel about the car?
Honestly, I have not had a chance to drive the old Supra in anger. I mean, I've had my experience with the 2JZ, but not the Supra as a whole. But I think I kind of understand the philosophy behind it. I mean, back in the days when the Supra was brand new, its rival was the GTR, and I'm actually more of a GTR fan than a Supra fan back then. The Supra is more of a GT type of vehicle versus a racing pedigree, if you know what I mean. That shows true and true now with the latest Supra. It gives you the best of both worlds, where it is fast, it is very competent on track, but at the same time, it's a breeze to drive, and you have a lot of fun driving it on the road, on the highway, on B roads. In that sense, I think it's a very well-rounded sports car.
Actually, you mentioning the GTR and the Supra. Actually, I drove the 35 before and also the new Supra. I think the 35 is a bit more clunky. It's a bit more
it's
jerky.
Always eager to go, right? It just wants to go,
Come on, let's go.
While in the Supra, you can take it down a notch. You can enjoy your drive.
Correct. So, do you think that we can bring the Supra down to Datuk Sago for a round?
I think it will be a great drive, right? Down to Datuk Sago and taking it for a lap around Datuk Sago and actually seeing what it can do in a tighter course. yeah, looking forward to it actually. I'm also trying to think what we should be pitting the GR Supra against. I can't really think of anything, but you know, if you all have any ideas, please share with us. But yeah, I would love to spend more time with the GR Supra, that's for sure.
Maybe the BMW for me?
Maybe the BMW, or maybe if somebody were to loan us a older Supra to pit against, maybe. I don't know.
Anybody?
I mean, it would be good, right? To actually understand what the differences are between the old and the new. Because everyone's still harping on the 2JZ, 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 right?
But that's the holy grail of engine, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Maybe. I've had my fair share of experience in the 2JZ. I wouldn't say that I love it.
The round in Japan, probably.
Yeah, Japan, in China, you know, in different platforms, in a BMW, in a Chaser.
But they make good power, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But sometimes power isn't everything, right? Yeah. So, you know, it's down to usability as well, how the power is delivered. And of course, I mean, the 2JZ is it's old technology, right? Again, I don't know. I don't want to say too much. Toyota is able to actually deliver that essence of that Supra into a new body, which everyone calls a BMW, which I think it's not. To me, it's just platform sharing. But again, you know, everyone's open to their own views, I guess.
So we have come to an end of the video. If you do like our video, please do like and subscribe Mcclubz. And probably we'll see you in the next round. Maybe we could bring one of the Yaris down to the Dato' Sago.
The GR Yaris should be fun around Dato' Sago.
Okay, catch you next round. Bye.